we are present. Your lives, the lives of everything upon the material plane, upon your world, they are bounded, limited, as they must be, of course, but limited by time and space. Particularly, I wanted to talk to you about the limitation of time, how it affects you, and the implications this has for you. Time, as you perceive it, is linear. In your memory, you have the past, you exist in the present, and you look forward to the future. This is, in essence, the flow of your lives. And this is a fundamental characteristic of the physical plane. The physical plane is bounded by time. The entire universe is bounded by time and moves through time, as do you. Your spirit, however, is not bounded by such constraints. Your true self, your higher self, is unbounded. It is linked completely, permanently, and utterly with the divine, with the one reality, with God. And God is timeless and boundless. God simply is. Thus, even though you are bounded by these limitations, your higher self is not. And because your higher self is linked to you and is part of you, then you have the possibility of linking to your higher self and experiencing existence in a boundless state, a state outside of dimensions, outside of time, outside of space, a state which is, I suppose, the essence of pure existence, of pure being. Now, these are words, simply words. And although you may listen to them and you may think, yes, that makes perfect sense, in truth, unless you experience it, these words are nonsense. Because a boundless existence can only be experienced. You have to become the boundless existence to understand it. And the only way you can do that is by connecting to your higher self, by merging with it, by becoming one with it. If you are very fortunate, then this merging becomes a constant state of being. You are constantly in the presence of your higher self and one with it. But for most people, even for most people who follow the path of spiritual development, this is not the case. For most people who strive to reach this oneness with spirit, for that is what it is, oneness with spirit, they are only able to do so during meditations, during their practices. And even then, it is not an easy thing to do. You have to break down the bounded barriers of the mind and connect at a far deeper level. Connect at the level of the unconscious mind through the heart. For that is your point of connection to your higher self. The heart represents your higher self made mortal, made time-bounded. And so naturally, this is the point where you would access it. It is the doorway to your higher self. To connect to your higher self through the heart requires a purification process, which can be long and laborious. This is true. It requires you to rid yourself of many of those earthly worries and concerns and complexes, including things like fears, wants, unsuitable desires, emotions. It requires you to come to terms with these, to lose what you no longer need, and to integrate what is left into your personality. This purifies the vessel within which you exist. And in doing so, it helps you to access your higher self. There are many practices which will help with this connection. Heart-centered meditations, meditations on the nature of God and your relationship to God, visualization practices, of which Buddhism makes use of extensively. I cannot go into these, for there are far too many. I simply want to make this point to you, that impurities within your mind, within your personality, block access to the spirit, block access to your higher self. But focusing on the heart and the qualities of the heart, kindness, compassion, love, these will help you to rise to a higher state of being, a higher frequency of vibration, of energy, if you will, because vibration is simply energy. It is nothing more than that. And by doing so, this will allow you, or at least take you some part of the way, to being able to connect to your higher self, to be able to merge with it, and to experience the oneness and the bliss of pure existence, pure I-ness. I thank you for listening. We are most grateful to you, and we wish you every blessings. Good night.